podcast.
Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose. Time to be liberated from the chaos of working your business. Firing employees during COVID-19? Hey, Coach Tripp would wear us out in the weight room every time we went in there. Some days were a real treat when practice was scheduled immediately after the weight room. Ugh, gosh. I had one job. My job was to throw the ball upside down, backwards, over a distance of about 45 feet in less than 0.7 seconds. That's 0.7 seconds, not 7 seconds. I was a deep snapper. If my arms were fatigued, the ball looked more like an injured duck when it came out, and it sped more akin to a turtle. If the ball couldn't get there quick enough, our punter was at the risk of getting his bell rung by the fastest human I think I'd ever seen in my life coming around the corner. It was Coach Salva's job to keep me motivated to continue cranking out reps, even though my arms were in an all-out revolt. His job was a simple form of leadership. Listen, societally, culturally, right now, you're fatigued. Your team is fatigued. The overworking of our mental load is fatiguing our minds and our bodies. And the one thing that I want to encourage you in is I want us to understand that right now, this is the moment of leadership. Right now, in this moment, right now, this is the moment of leadership. For a while, we have looked in the rear view when thinking through and debating things like leadership, thinking through all the heroic responses from the leaders throughout all sorts of historical moments. Aurelius, Lincoln, Tubman, King Jr., Churchill, Gandhi, all of those. And now we've got new leaders that are emerging. Elements in the rear view were at one time present moments. We're in the present moment right now. Fatigue has blanketed our global culture and has left no one unaffected by the weight of that fatigue. So much of fatigue is in response to a lack of a coordinated national or international leadership. Your teams are currently in a position of waiting for leadership. A vacuum has come in all around us, and you have the opportunity to fill it. Your team needs a fresh wind, a new thing, something to buy into, something to look forward to. It's not good enough to just go, hey, just suck it up, Buttercup. And so we've got a plan. Fire your entire team. Now, I mean, theoretically, of course, but fire your entire team. And then the very next day, hire, theoretically again, them all back. So fire them at 5 p.m. on one day, hire them back the very next day, including yourself. And you tell your team, hey, you will all be starting a new job on, pick a date, and we're going to reinvest in you in a really, really powerful way. It's time for something new. It's a new thing that we've got to lay out. And so we've got a plan for that. There are 2 leadership steps to take in this radical idea, and both will require you as the business owner to write down your leadership and then implement the simple question. So this idea that we've got is we're calling it O2. Think like oxygen. And so there's 2 O's, onboarding, and then the second O is ongoing. First is the onboarding phase of leadership. Most business owners need help so badly in a moment of panic. What they do is they bring on team members and hope that the new team member can navigate their way through just doing the work. It's actually quite damaging and pretty much inhuman. Just because someone was a superintendent at another construction company does not mean they're ready for day one to be a superintendent at your construction company. If life and business were all about task, then that plug-and-play idea could be reality, but human life it's human. It's variable. It ebbs, it flows, it comes and it goes. Human life is filled with laughter, and it's filled with divorce and school days and work and that annual family reunion, and it's filled with diagnosis and all sorts of predictable and unpredictable things. And in the same way that water systems rely on a pump station all along the pipeline to deliver this life-giving resource, business owners lead by providing seasons of leadership pump stations to help push through that fatigue. Now is a time where we need a leadership pump station. And so that first O, onboarding, powerful onboarding requires powerful preparation and forethought. But once built, it pays dividends for the long term. Imagine when you hire a new team member and they have an online course that they go through over a period of 2 months or 3 months where they're able to grab insight into your vision, your mission, your values, your culture, systems, process, and structure. You think it's too hard? Think it's too much work? Think it's overkill for your small business? You know what? I dare you to try. I dare you to try. And long term, I want you to see what happens. There's a second leadership step in fighting that fatigue that we're talking about and restoring a fresh wind, fresh perspective, a fresh breeze into your business. And it's what we call the ongoing phase of leadership. So the first one was the onboarding phase. The second is the ongoing phase. When things get tight, what happens is two budget line items get cut the fastest: marketing and training. And just at the time where you need more business and you need more engaged team members, what do? We pull the rug out from both of those. Leadership is hard because it requires vision, it requires forethought, it requires risk, outlining, writing, storytelling, faith, cataloging, motivation, and repetition. But you say, oh my gosh, man, listen, I just want to sell AC units. I just want to sell concrete. I just want to sell my widget. Well, your product's a commodity, kind of like rice or sugar or concrete. Don't be offended. It just is. Business coaching is that way as well. It's all about the same, and it requires predictable investment. Your people, however, your team is human. They are the non-commodity. Each is unique, each is peculiar, each is skilled, and each is motivated by a simple vision. So make sure you've got that. Each person is motivated by a simple vision. If you can lay out simple vision and some steps to get there, you will motivate team to either jump in or to run away. So every minute you invest in live or recorded ongoing training, remember, onboarding and ongoing training, you are reinvesting the seeds of a simple vision. And where there is vision, there is movement. I want to challenge you. In fact, I want to dare you to put those things in place. Onboarding setup and training for your team, and ongoing training for your team as well. Hey, go check us out at mybusinessonpurpose.com. We have got a brand new feature that we have put on the website. Let me get you a picture of that. I'm taking you all over the place on this. But if you go on our website and go to mybusinessonpurpose.com and scroll down, we have uploaded these powerful videos on the front page of our website answering the most insightful questions that many people have, frankly, the most challenging questions that many people have as well. And so just go to My Business on Purpose. You can go down here, click on one of these boxes, and it'll open up, and a video will be right there along with an article answering your questions, some of the most challenging questions that we get on a regular basis, and there's also videos there to be able to help you out. Hey, thanks as always for joining us. I hope this has challenged you, motivates you. Listen, onboarding and ongoing. If you want to truly invest in people, those are the two O's that you're going to start embedding into your business so that you can live out your business on purpose. Also, you can check us out. We've got our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Have a great week, everybody.